Welcome to the Audiolink podcast. Today, we are talking about consoles and our opinions of them with an impromptu rating system that is verified by 0 people.
We're extremely opinionated.
We are opinionated as well as stubborn, maybe a little bit rude. So we apologize to anyone we offend in this podcast. But it's a lot of fun, so stick around. So stupid.
That was a really bad slate.
That's okay.
You got to make this happen,
I hit
Nate.
I didn't get a full clap in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's
all right. One of those are the slate.
Here we go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Audiolink podcast. Tom and Brandon here. The classic duo doing the podcast this week. Super excited. And how are you feeling, Brandon?
I feel great. I feel, I feel really good. It's been a minute since we've done one. We had to release the backlog of all the other episodes we've filmed over the last several months. But
Yeah.
it's good to be back.
Yeah, I can tell the world is just absolutely deprived right now.
Yeah, everyone's suffering.
Yes, they just haven't heard me talk enough the last couple
That's not true.
weeks. Okay, they're just struggling to survive emotionally.
Yeah.
All right, so, so today we're going to talk about...
Awkward pause.
I'm trying to think of how we do the intros.
I could say Gabe will edit that, but then I know he won't.
Yeah, he won't. This is all going to be in there. We're still in the podcast at this point.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so, today we're going to talk about mixing consoles. Because we haven't talked about them much, and pretty much everyone doing sound deals with them.
That's true.
So what we're going to start this off
Unless
with...
there's megaphones involved. Or
you guys have
amphitheaters.
megaphones at your church. We're sorry.
Okay, so hold on. Me and Steph went to Europe in 2019 before the pandemic.
Europe, you said?
Europe.
Okay.
And our first stop was in London, and we saw this play at the Shakespeare's Globe place in London. It was so fun, but I didn't realize it's like an old school play. So like everyone's yelling. It's like they just did it like
yeah,
they
there was
did
no PA.
back in the day. I was
Dude.
really it was quite an experience because the seats were horribly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
the acoustics of the room allowed it so
It's
that you
open.
could just...
It's like open top, and it was raining.
What?
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they don't really build buildings that way anymore.
it was.
We have microphones and speakers.
It's very cool. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
I'm
Consoles.
going to start this off by asking ChatGPT what the most popular mixing consoles are for
Hold on.
churches.
Let's guess on what it'll say.
All right, I'm going to ask you for the top.
Top 10.
See that? Yeah,
No,
top 10.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the first one's obvious.
X32.
Yeah, that's obvious.
And
What's
then
number 2 though?
SQ something.
SQ5. All right.
SQ5.
Yes.
Allen and Heath. Yeah.
SQ5. All right. Next. What's next? What do you think is number 3?
Yamaha.
What?
Anything.
Yamaha what?
Don't say LS9.
No.
I'm sorry, Lee. I hate that console.
Sorry, Lee. I don't know why I said sorry.
I don't know. I think everything else after that's.
All right, my call here is it's going to be X32, SQ5, M32, Wing.
Aren't those the same though? Like
Yeah, no, but they're different. One's $2,500, one's $5,000.
they sound exactly the same.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Different
They're
faders.
just different colors. Wing, and then after that, that's when I start getting in trouble. I think probably after that is one of the, like a QL something, like you said. But all right, let's just find out.
We're doing this live.
Hey, I want to know what the top 10 most popular mixing consoles in churches are in America. The top 10 only. It's got to think about this one.
That's an interesting dial
Right,
tone.
I've got the scoop for you. So, as of 2025, some of the top mixing consoles that are really popular in American churches include things like the Yamaha TF5, the Allen
TF?
Heath SQ5, and the Behringer X32.
Okay, that was not a list.
I'm sorry. I asked for the top 10 list. Can I please have the top 10, man?
Of course, sorry about that. Let me give you the
You
full
should be
top 10
sorry.
rundown. So, as of 2025, the most popular mixing consoles in American churches look something like this. 1, Yamaha TF5.
That's crazy. That's an
super
old disc.
user-friendly and really popular for mid-sized churches.
That's not true, guys.
2,
That's a
Allen
lie.
and Heath SQ5, known for its flexibility and great sound quality. Behringer X32, a classic favorite because of its affordability and features. 4, Yamaha CL5, still a top choice for larger worship spaces. 5, Digico Quantum 225, loved for its high-end capabilities in more tech-savvy churches. 6, Midas M32, another favorite that's pretty similar to the X32, but with that Midas preamp charm. Allen and Heath
That's a lie.
C3500, bit more premium and super versatile. 8, PreSonus Studio Live Series 3, popular especially for smaller to mid-sized congregations. 9, Soundcraft SI Impact, values for its simplicity and reliability. Avid S6L, more on the high-end side, but
Avid.
definitely found in some larger or more tech-forward churches. So there you go, a nice top 10 list for you.
All right.
Okay, that was horrible.
All right. Let's have, that was not even
Horrible.
close to accurate.
Okay,
I'm going
this-
to ask Grok.
let's do
and
a poll.
Colossus is going to tell us the truth about this, but
let's do a poll. Who has bought a Yamaha TF console in the last 10 years?
yeah. If
I
you
feel like
bought a
that's-
Yamaha TF console and you happen to listen to this podcast, just give us a thumbs up. in the
Am I wrong?
comments or
That's the
something.
really small one, right? Like the
No, they have the TF rack. Yeah, it's their small one. It's their X32 competitor that it flopped, in my opinion.
apparently not to ChatGPT
Yeah, I mean, they sold just because everyone
because it's
was.
apparently very popular in medium-sized churches.
It's not popular in any churches. It's not. It's not. I know, actually. But all right, yeah, let's start with the top one. I mean, we're using this list, and then we'll talk about other ones that matter. I guess it covers most of them. Yeah, this covers Allen Heath. We could talk about Yamahas. We could talk about Allen Heath. We can talk about Behringer. We can talk about PreSonus. And, well, actually, this covers everything interesting we need to say. Okay. All right. What's your take on the Yamaha TF5?
I don't know if I've used one.
Really?
I don't think I've. I mean, I'm sure I
Okay.
have encountered one. If it's anything like the QLs or the CLs, which I think it is.
It's nothing like them.
Never mind.
It's a completely different. Okay, so have you used the new you've used the DM7, right? And then the DM3?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
DM3 is that really, really small one they made that it has the same user interface as the TF. But my take on the TF, I used to own a couple of them. And I get the idea was like make a console that is way more user-friendly. That was the idea. It was something more user-friendly than the X32 at a similar price point. And I think it failed for a couple of reasons. One, the touchscreen didn't work. Just simply the touchscreen on the TF consoles doesn't work. Like, I'm sorry. It just doesn't behave. 2, in order to use the rest of the Yamaha I/O, which was like the main reason you get it, you need to buy the Dante card. So
It didn't come with a Dante card.
No. To run it with it does have I/O on the back, but to run it with a TO, maybe you can use that native port, but like to run it in another Yamaha
Well, that's
ecosystem.
Dante's the infrastructure for all that.
Yeah, so I don't even think you can run it with a TO. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Yamaha, if I'm throwing shade for no reason, but I don't even think you can use it. I know everyone I had to buy Dante cards.
Okay.
And that's so lame. Like, you can't even... It was almost like I was buying an analog, or like an M7, where it didn't have a remote I/O, right? Natively.
Yep.
That was pretty bad. And then the user... Okay, the two things that they did, I think I heard something about them wanting to like make it feel more like an iPad. Like, because everyone uses Apple products, obviously.
Did it work?
They're on the EQ, you can like pinch and do this, and I think that's probably the only thing about the console that was kind of cool. But yeah, there was like you could like pick I'm saying could like it's past tense, they still exist. you can pick like the type of input source.
Okay.
Like say it's a kick, and then like fade in what it thinks. It's not like AI. It's just like a kick preset.
Okay.
You could just like fade that in. And I thought all those were
faded in.
like so like for your EQ. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining what I'm saying. For your EQ, you could like pick kick.
Okay.
A kick EQ, and then you could blend that in.
Blend it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I didn't think they were very useful, obviously, but yeah, I don't know about the TF5.
I don't know. I don't have any real experience with one, so I couldn't tell you. But
I just took a bite of a cookie here
you
on the
just took a bite.
podcast.
It's like here we are. What was it?
I have
number
to
two?
chew the cookie now.
SQ
so you
is
have to
number
talk.
2, right? SQ is number 2. It was number 2.
All right, we're gonna rate the TF. We're gonna rate all these out of 10.
Okay.
What's my rating? You haven't used it.
No.
My rating on the TF5 is a solid 4.
It's
It's a 4.
A 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 10.
Okay.
A Quantum 7 that's working is a 10.
That's working.
That's working. It's a 10. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. SQ5
SQ.
is next. You go.
I mean, this one, I think everyone, the SQ Allen Heath stuff in general is very flexible. It's like the routing on it's easy. The I/O functionality is super robust, which is cool.
Yes.
I don't think they sound very good, but
Agreed.
that's my opinion. Like the Avantis, I think is a step up from that. Like it's like an SQ, but like more
D-Live. They use the D-Live like software in it.
Yeah, but it constantly with all Allen and Heath products, I feel like it always reminds you that it's not a Digico.
Yes, dude.
Like
You're saying sonically or like the user interface?
not sonically. This is the interface. Like certain, like I think in the Avantis you can't route. And I'm talking about the Avantis now, I guess, but
Yeah.
not the SQ because that's a smaller format. But like you can't route certain buses to other buses, which is
Correct.
super
Yeah, you can't do that.
annoying, especially if you're like trying to use subgroups and that sort of thing.
D-Live and Avantis, yeah.
But the SQ itself, like for the purpose of like, supporting a small church, I think they do it really well. They don't lack in any area that's like, you can make them sound great for sure.
Totally.
Just like any desk. Sure.
Yeah. I think I don't know. So I did this ABC test once with a Rivage and a D-Live and a Digico.
Which Digico?
It was pre-Quantum. It was an SD10.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rivage actually, I just ran a track, like a 2-track through it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rivage sounded the best to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Allen Heath. Now I was using like the Silk Pre's on the bass, but the Allen Heath, like, and this is
Like
my
you had
ears.
an analog split and you split to all 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
My ears were not where they are today, so I don't know exactly what scale this is on.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Allen Heath, I could just tell it sounded objectively worse. Now, to your point, I think from like a user standpoint, to not be so cynical right now.
Yeah.
We're being pretty cynical.
We are. That's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
We're salty. It's okay to be
yes,
salty.
we're just sound people and
We're
and
clearing
very
the decks,
arrogant and
right?
obnoxious. Yeah.
That's what they say.
So I think the SQ, all the Allen Heath stuff, I feel like when it starts to hit like compression, when that audio starts to hit compression, I feel like I hear cone filtering personally. Like I don't know. I just feel like all the mixes that we hear on Allen Heath compared to like, and the price factor is huge difference.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they make everything from like 2,000 to 50,000 for like.
They bring you all the way up,
yeah.
like to pretty much the IO, S7000,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. But to talk about the good things a second, I think from an IO standpoint, for the money, nothing even touches Allen Heath, which is why they're everywhere.
I think that's a huge. After the X32 came out, like that specific like issue was the problem with the X32s, and then like version 4 came out of the firmware.
The user ins.
Yeah, and then you could do user ins and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the SQ came out in between that gap of when the X32 was released and version 4. And it's always, it's like listening to this.
Look, it
competition, right?
It had the USB. I think it's 48 by 48. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it only 32 by 32?
Probably 32. But
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, point is, you have the bidirectional USB.
Mm-hmm.
You have some pre's on the back. You can do 64 in, 48 in. At least it's 48. I know. Sorry, I should know this.
On the SQ5, I think it's less than that. But yeah.
Yeah, and then you can get a version of it, the SQ7, that has all those faders, which, like, even a larger show, say we were forced to mix a larger show with that, you could do it,
Yep.
And I think that is the layering. The only qualm I have with the SQ stuff is my favorite thing about Yamaha is they committed to the fader sections. It's not, like, ultra customizable. It's like, these are the fader sections, and you have like when I'm mixing on that CL3 all the time, it's like, this is this, and this is this.
Megadesk console edition.
We have a video about that. It's like this. What up, Nick?
What's up, Nick? Nick just walked in.
It's, you have this, and then you have this. The SQ, it's just like all there. And because those little screens are so small.
Yeah, they are very small. It's annoyingly small, actually.
I feel like I have a hard time with that. But I will say, Alan Heath, IO-wise, they crushed it.
For sure.
I think they crushed it.
Flexibility-wise, absolutely.
Dude.
Yep.
I
would take that over any Behringer product, including the M32, which I'm not sure what ChatGPT said is correct, because
it's not even close.
I think they actually are the same console. They say they have Midas pre's. I don't think that's true. I think they're the same pre's. I think they come from the same place. And
Who's holding them accountable?
The only thing they are Music Tribe. The only thing that like separates them is the body that it comes in, and the fader mechanisms are better on the M32. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
I've said this for years, and so if someone wants to correct me, if someone from Music Tribe is listening and they want to prove to us that they are different, please do.
Okay, well, here's the only thing that I'll say. This is so negative. I'm sorry, listeners. What
a Debbie Downer over here.
Yeah, what a Debbie Downer we are about these consoles. Wait till we talk about other stuff. Okay, so
good things.
Here's my question. How many problems have you had with X32s, technical problems, and how many have you had with M32s?
I feel like they're the same.
I've had way more random problems with M32s, including at Upper Room.
Interesting. I haven't had, like, okay, on the general scheme,
slightly different.
Like, big picture, had very, very few issues with X or M.
Of course.
Like,
the least of
minor.
anything.
And the issues that you do run into, super easy fixes.
Yeah.
It's always clocking, by the way. That's the only issue. What's the source?
Thank you, tech support.
Yeah. It's that's
thank you, Samuel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But we've had like random, so we had this M32 with waves for years, and it was rock solid. We used it 75 hours a week. Plus weekends, it was more. It was probably 90 hours.
Is it that much?
It was a lot.
Oh my gosh.
And with waves and everything. And
for
then
how many years?
For like 8 years. And then waves would freeze.
That's crazy.
when it was multi-rack. And then so Nick was the audio director at the time.
Yeah.
And he would get in the band's ears and be like, "Guys, you can't change keys. We gotta stay in C sharp. We gotta stay in C sharp.
You gotta stay in C sharp the next hour."
Because multi-rack would freeze all the time. And then you could turn it off because the server would still process the audio.
Dude, we've all been there.
The moment you reboot it, it has to reconnect, and then so audio would drop.
You're done
for a few seconds, and it was a horrible situation. But the problems were never with the console itself; they're always on the wave side, like with the impact server,
with the card,
all that stuff. So it was always like, and then eventually we started having weird clock drop problems. Because it was on all the time. So it would like drop clock and pop, like explode. randomly in the PA.
Yeah.
You know, man. That PA took
Holy
a lot.
Spirit. Yeah.
Yep. But anyway,
Yeah. I mean, look, I think. Okay, so
we gotta rank them too. We have to rank 'em.
we gotta rank them. Okay, TF. Hold up. I'm gonna go back a second.
You
TF.
said 4.
Huh?
You said 4.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
All I want to say is if you have a TF, you can have really good audio. I think you actually have to know what you're doing. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's super just plug and play, you know?
It was built for meeting rooms and that sort of thing.
It was built for the corporate space. And in the corporate space where you've got like union audio engineers loading presets, I think in a context like that, there's value. But sure. I think it's more functionality.
So still a 4? You're committing to a 4?
I'm committing to a 4 there.
SQs, I'm going to say 7.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. You know what the thing is about just from a business standpoint? SQ is product market fit. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
SQ is, everyone needed more I.O. And the same thing that Digico did for the audio world, at the touring scale, the SQ did for the everything else scale.
Yeah.
You know, corporate and house of worship. And like I think that's...
clubs.
Everyone has them.
Yep. All of them.
It's shocking. And if we look at our, like, at least across like Audiolink clientele, it's close.
I'd say
between X32 and SQ.
At least half of our clients have some sort of Allen Heath product, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, I
would give SQ a 7. I think
at least a 7.
X and M32, I might do an 8 because I think they sound better than the SQ.
100% agree. Yeah.
And when you have an M32 with waves, that's a pretty powerful. The verbs.
That's
great.
where they went to. Dude, they went to Mars with the reverbs.
Yeah, for sure. Great verbs.
That plate verb, the silver one.
Mm-hmm.
What verb sounds better than that? Valhalla, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. But that's the only
I'll
thing.
take it over any other console reverb. That plate. Any other console reverb, I will take that plate.
Yeah, I don't think I've used console reverb in a long time. I stick to like the only console reverb I love is a Revibe on the SXL.
Yeah,
Revibe is great. It's a classic.
It's not as good as the X32 one, but yeah,
it might be better because it's more flexible. But that's okay. It's a different discussion. It is great. Then what else was on the list? There's the CL5. CL.
Yeah, wait. Well, I've got the list right here. We don't have to guess. All right, let's just talk about the X32 a second because half our listeners here have the X32.
I feel like we just did.
All right, yeah. Well, so you just rated that an 8.
I would.
All right, what's the best thing about? All right, let's do this for each of these consoles. What's the best thing about the X32, and what's the worst thing about it?
The best thing is, I think they sound really good for the money. They are super cheap. You spend $1,500, and it's
you can get an X32 rack now for I think $800.
Yeah, and the worst thing is AES 50. That's the worst thing for sure. The protocol that they use, all of those consoles use to
the blocks of 8.
Yeah. The blocks of 8. I mean, they kind of fixed it with user ins, but user ins are still a huge.
Dude, you have to have like at least one semester of calculus, engineering calculus to understand how to route an input on that board. And so many people have done it.
Yeah.
But you have to. There's one IT guy at every church that knows how to patch them.
Also, the way that
that's just not a good.
The way that AES 50 handles like the P16 setup because that's their monitors.
Yeah, dude.
Like so, they built the console with 48 AES 50 and it has 48 bidirectional channels, and you can pass that through to whatever, right? However many links in your chain.
Yeah.
But that 48, they don't tell you that 32 or I guess 33 to 48 is the P16 slots. So like that's the last 16 channels are built for the P16s.
The other direct going out.
So when you change what goes, even though it's called Ultranet, it's still on the same network, but it's just the last 16 outputs. So it's like you have to know that. And they don't, I think to this day, I don't know if there's a manual on either of those consoles, but.
Have you ever called tech support?
No.
Yeah, it's because they don't exist.
Well, yeah, I think it's.
They'll just tell you to throw the board out.
Yeah, because it's cheaper to just get a new one.
Get a new one, then pay an employee.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah,
that's how it was. I remember being super confused by that. Like the P16s, like the guys would say my ears are changing, and I'm like, okay, is it changing now? And they'd be like troubleshoot what inputs they're getting. So on the P16 outputs, so we figured out that 1 through 32, going out of the desk.
I did not know this. What you're saying,
whatever.
Right now.
Yeah. So like if it's
we're talking outs right now, just outs.
So
yes.
on one console.
This
like
is such a deep cut, but just keep going.
On front of house, and say you have a front of house and monitor console that's split, right?
Yep.
And they're both on the same network, coming from the same stage box.
Yep.
It would be like the monitor desk is feeding the P16s,
So
33 through 48 is going to be it's called Ultranet on the back of the desk.
Yep.
But you have to select P16 1 through 8, and then P16 9 through 16 on your routing page, and that feeds Ultra. It's default set like that.
It's advanced calculus,
but
the
it's
whole
like
thing is
none
like,
of that. You had to figure that out through like trial and error. It was not. You had to have a band on stage.
Someone?
And not until this moment, which is why it's coming out like gibberish. But like you had to like do trial and error with a band on stage, and you had to like hope that they liked you, because otherwise it'd be like, why does this sound guy not know what he's doing?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'd agree.
That's the worst thing.
Okay, my best thing on X32, I think by far my favorite thing is the reverbs, but I'm just gonna throw two things in there. Just their sound quality in general, just pretty spectacular.
For the money.
For the money, yeah, for the money. I haven't shot it out with like high end stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good.
The biggest difference, I think, is the conversion. So I'm kind of in this internal debate, like what's more important, the preamp or the converter?
Or the conversion, yeah.
And I'm becoming more and more convinced that conversion is way more important.
Yeah.
And because that's like the thing that takes your analog preamp signal and converts it to digital audio that can be routed and messed with.
Yep.
So that's also one of the most expensive pieces. It's like the computer inside that's working.
When you consider in an X32 the cost of each of those pre's on the back, they're like $5 a piece.
Are they?
I mean, just do the math. There's 32 of them.
So, okay.
I mean, and then they have to pay for the enclosure, and they have to make a margin, and there's a computer chip and a screen, an LCD, and all these motors on all these faders. They literally are like $5 preamps. But they sound good. And I'm like, the fact that, what's his name? The owner of Music Tribe? What's his name? Yuri?
He's for sure German, though.
Yes, the founder of music of Behringer. I'm sorry, I can't think of your name right now. The fact that he pulled that off is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he rocked the world with it. You know,
like 2012 when it came out.
Yeah, 2012.
2011.
The iPhone is a better product than the Behringer X32. The iPhone to the everyday human is a better product than the X32 to the everyday audio engineer, but it's not far.
Yeah.
Like, it's not far. It's so practical. An iPhone's way more expensive for your average American than an X32 is for a venue.
Yep.
Right? And I think that's really cool. Yeah, the worst thing is the patching. Yeah, the patching's whack. Okay, Yamaha CL5, what's your take? Because I have loads of opinions.
So the CL5 came out. It was the CL series, rather, was right after the M7s. It died out. They stopped making the M7. The CL5 was like the next gen version.
It was also 2012, 2013.
It was They figured out a way to remove the big like shag carpet that you were mixing through with the M7. And which was a miracle. Somehow the surgeons did it. And it was still a carpet. Still a carpet somewhere in there. Much thinner.
It was more of a mesh.
Much thinner.
You know the stuff that you put under a rug
it's like
to just keep it in place?
Yeah. Very thin mesh that only comes out a few frequencies. Anyway.
Yep.
It was the first console that brought Dante to the world. So that's in and of itself, I think, is
game breaker
9 or 10 because of that.
Yeah.
because of the flexibility.
Did you play NBA Street?
No.
Yeah, it was a game breaker. Moving on. Next point. Keep going.
Got it. Anyway, I did play NFL Blitz though.
Yeah, a comparable game.
NFL Blitz was way better. You kidding me? You could body slam people.
You could body slam people for no reason.
It's like WWE.
What does
but
that have to
NFL.
do with the game? Yeah.
Mm.
And then
So,
Slugfest.
But
yeah.
the CLs, you
carry
could
on, yeah.
like you had the premium racks. You could do all the sort of processing that was a little bit more high end
Yeah.
and studio influence, which was cool.
Yeah.
And because it integrated Dante, eventually like Rupert Neve Designs. I'm not sure if they're actually affiliated.
No, it's
No.
just like a
But
licensing thing.
They integrated Dante with some of their like 8-channel preamps and stuff. And so
yeah.
like you can use great pre's with any Dante console. So
This right here.
and that's I think the game changer. Originally I think Gen 1 wasn't like for sure that's like the 10-year move. You know how like in America we have like 4-year political cycles. In China they have like 100-year
Yeah.
political cycles. That's so like the CL5 was like a long game move. Like that was like
All
in
Yamaha
15
moves
years-
have been so.
in 15 years this is going to dominate the world, and they were correct. So
Yeah.
that was I think on its own just the innovation level, complete audio over IP, like committing to that idea.
Committing to Dante
Yeah.
was a huge gamble, and it worked.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember I installed a CL5 at a church in Fort Worth, and I didn't know, and I've never done a Dante console before. They had like 2 Rios on stage and, the console. And I was just like hoping that I was doing it right because I had no idea.
You can't mess up though.
But like it has to be correct. And so because of that, every audio guy has to have a degree in networking.
Yeah.
But that's not a downside necessarily. Forcing us to grow, that's not bad.
yeah.
But not educating beforehand was, and they probably released YouTube videos that we never watched. But
Correct. They
Yeah.
I've seen all of them, and
yeah, yeah.
I've seen all of them, and they're
Anyway.
real. But yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah. I mean, okay. So I have like a strange affinity for the CL series, just
He has
because
2
I
of
like
them.
really learned and like cut my teeth in audio on them, and I think they're fantastic. I think sound quality wise, out of 10, if I was to put the CL on a scale and put it next to like a 225, I mean like a 338 and 225 and all those, and an SXL, I would probably call it like maybe a 6 or a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sound quality is not great.
Yeah.
An X32 might sound better.
Yeah.
Than a CL5.
Well, yeah.
It actually might.
But it was the first console that when you plugged a stage box in, I mean, I guess the X32 kind of did it when you had the stage box, the S16s and all that.
Mhm.
But like the conversion was done in the stage box before it got to the
Correct.
console, right? So there's less space. It has to be more compact. Things have to be, at that point, it was just like 15 years ago now.
It was 15 years.
13 years ago.
Yeah. 13
Like
years
stuff
ago.
in its
came out, yeah.
infancy. Sure, it's gotten better.
It was
now, but-
correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, think of building a product that could genuinely last 15 years. I mean, I talk to clients now that are like considering CL5s.
I mean,
I've talked to clients in the last 3 years that are
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're about to buy a CL5. I
that's-
have.
that's how you know the product is correct.
The product was just correct.
Yeah.
Like it solved problems, and I broke one CL5. I broke one shipping it across the country.
72 inputs and how many buses?
20. All right. So I'll tell you.
Wait, it's not just a number.
Yeah.
It's an explanation.
Yeah, it's an explanation. So this will get into the best thing and the worst thing just quick, and then I'll go first and then you go. So on the CL, the best thing is that Dante is native, and I think anyone that like just needs flexibility in a building and the context, like you learn how to patch with Dante, and then like this whole world opens up, right? And I think that's sick. And the premium rack stuff is cool, even though I think Yamaha with that, just my personal opinion, I think they thought Waves wasn't going to take.
Yeah.
I think they thought.
Sure.
I think they thought Waves wasn't going to work.
Waves is doing live.
Yeah.
That was all the same era.
I think they thought it wasn't going to work.
Multi-rack, the CL5, and the X32 in the same 2-year period.
Because Ravage came out in 2015. The PM10 came out in 2015, and they still thought that they could make Waves a non-factor, which is really interesting to me, because we're already 2012 is when like multi-rack became like a pretty standard real thing. So, but all that being said, I think those are the upsides, and then the downsides for sure. The sound quality is just lacking. If you A/B it, I think even untrained ears can hear the difference. I like. And it's real, but at the same time, sound quality. I think like there's a lot more that goes into how well someone is mixing, right? And it's like,
I mean, you can make the bad sound engineer can make the best console sound like a butt crack.
Literally, like, yeah, exactly.
It's true though. It's true. Yeah.
It's just I've heard CLs like I was talking to you about Frisco, like it can sound killer, So, but yeah, I think the sound quality is the downside, and the bus, what you alluded to. I think the buses are a problem on that console. I think that's why like the touring world didn't really take to them.
Well, also,
the buses are just too few.
And Yamaha kind of puts themselves in a box because they could probably release a software update that expands.
Lets you go bus to bus.
But the problem is they label all, like etched in the console, they're all labeled what they are.
Yeah.
All the layers. And so they can't release an update really that does meaningful change to the desk.
Well, but it's the same thing as the Waves thing, where like there's this paradigm of like record mixing brought to live sound. They were kind of like, no, live sound done the way it is with a touch of studio stuff.
Yeah.
But not like record mixing is fully coming to live sound.
That's like saying, I disagree with you, but I agree with you. But I disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what happened. And somehow it worked,
exactly.
And but yeah, fun stuff. I mean, I think that's.
We didn't get the Digico, but we'll get
there in a second.
Yeah.